Singapore. Every 2 months, Madam Salin Ahmad travels about an hour and a half by bus and MRT train from her home in Woodlands to a home salon at Tampines, just to do her hair, even though there are plenty of decent salons near her place. The salon that she frequents, run by Winnie Lay, accepts only females. And it has found a pretty niche clientele, the more conservative Malay Muslim women who prefer a private environment without men around. There is a market for such salons that are not open to public view. Some people are shy, said MDM Salin. When we go to a salon outside, everyone knows what you're doing. Here, they cannot see. The salon is in MDM Lay's home, a HD executive maisonette that looks just like any of the other flats along the quiet corridor. Neighbors Eliza Erliana and Radin City Sire Miller sometimes pop by for her hair services. During the Hari Raya period, business gets especially brisk. Customers come seeking hair treatments, and many, like MDM Salin, become such close friends that they even bring her their homemade gu and biscuits to sample. MDM Salin, for instance, brought the chocolate chip mint cookies she'd made on a visit a few days before Hari Raya. As long as it is food she likes, she told us, then asked MDM Lay, "That time I brought the curry puff, nice right? And chicken pie. But this time, the goodies came with an extra gift, a tube of slimming cream, which MDM Salin presented to an amused MDM Lay. She asks me to slim down, but keeps bringing me food," the 42-year-old hairstylist laughed. Salin Ahmed and Winnie Lay have become good friends. Knowing what they need, Lay opened her home salon 11 years ago, in her then 3-room flat. When she moved house, she converted part of her current flat to provide hairdressing services. A room near the entrance is closed off with a sliding door from the rest of the neat flat, affording both her family and her clients privacy. Inside is a small but professional setup of hairstyling chairs, steam machines and a shampoo chair. She accepts only female clients as she's usually alone at home. These factors work out well for her Malay Muslim customers, who make up half her clientele. Some allow only female hairdressers to attend to them. The older ones, especially, prefer a salon with no men around, said MDM Lay in Mandarin. The doorway to her home salon. According to MDM Salin, there are just a handful of women-only commercial salons, typically located in Geylang Serai and Kampong Glam. Clients who wear the dudong are more comfortable removing it in the privacy of her home salon, than in a commercial salon surrounded by others. Those who try her out end up recommending her to family and friends. MDM Lay's familiarity with the Malay language and culture stems from growing up in Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia. She left home for Singapore when she was 17, determined to learn the hairdressing trade. Her first job at a commercial salon paid just 500 Singapore dollars to 600 Singapore dollars a month. The working hours were very long, from 9 a.m. till 8 p.m., she said. She worked for about 10 years before deciding to strike out on her own when she got pregnant. Her husband, an engineer who has to make business trips, suggested operating a salon at home so that she could be with their child. "Working at home, I can manage my time schedule. When you have children, it's quite difficult to work for others," she said. She's even got a shampoo chair. Meager earnings at first under the home-based small-scale business scheme. Homeowners like MDM Lay do not need the Housing Board's approval to operate small-scale businesses, such as baking, hairdressing and sewing, in their flat. Conditions apply. These activities should be small-scale with no hiring of workers, and they should not cause disturbance or inconvenience to their neighbors. HDB said it received a monthly average of 3 cases of feedback about such activities from 2014 to 2016. MDM Lee admitted that she did have some reservations about starting a home salon. Would the type of customers be any danger to me? Would there even be any customers at all? Her first setup in their old 3-room flat was tough. The family had to give up one of 2 bedrooms for the salon, which made only $600 Singapore dollars to $700 Singapore dollars a month. Husband Steve Chung recalled, "The 4 of us squeezed into one room. The main sacrifice was space, and we did lose some privacy." The customers would be waiting around in the living room. The basic salon in her former 3-room flat. Photo, Winnie Lay. Not to be daunted though, he helped his wife market her business by learning how to design flyers and personally distributing them. Every day he would distribute flyers after work. "It was very tough to go to every block and every story," MDM Lay recalled. "Yet with every 500 pieces of flyers distributed, I received only 1 or 2 inquiries." Disappointed at the response, Mr. Chung learned to design a website for her business. It worked. Soon, she was getting a constant flow of customers. Trust and sensitivity. Couple's 2 children grew up accustomed to people coming and going all the time, and they liked it, MDM Lay said. "I have very nice customers. They play with my children or buy stuff for them. When clients come with kids in tow, her own children keep them occupied." As they grew older, though, the small space was difficult. They were complaining. "So I suggested to my husband to move to a bigger house, where I could continue my salon business and my children would be more comfortable." These days, the mother of 2 charges about 9 Singapore dollars for a haircut and 60 Singapore dollars for a highlight job, which she said is cheaper than a commercial salon's rates. She makes about 3,000 Singapore dollars a month. What she did not plan for was for the Malay Muslim community to be such a big part of her business. "I did not expect this to happen. As we are Chinese, to have Malay Muslims even visit your house is rather difficult. They have to trust you totally, and your house cannot have pet dogs and, for some, men as well," she said. Watch, Winnie and Friends, 446. Some of her clients live as far away as Sembawang and Yishun, while others are as close as, well, next door. Her Malay neighbors and their children pop by for haircuts. A few customers previously would travel across the causeway to patronize female-only salons run by Muslims. But the traffic conditions can be quite bad, she noted. Serving Muslim customers requires some sensitivity to their religion. "I was from Malaysia, so I can understand their ways, their thinking and their requirements. For example," she said, "no touching a customer's dudung even after she has removed it. A few have even asked if she uses halal-certified hair products. She doesn't, as they are not so easily found," she says. With more conservative clients, she makes it a point to serve them exclusively, without other customers present. "They are comfortable within my home environment," the Singaporean said. "They are willing to pay so long as you give them the best service and they trust you." Playing Aunt Agony sometimes, clients bring their children along, and MDM Lay's kids keep them company. And some, like MDM Salim, have become firm friends. "Here you can eat, you can laugh, you can tell stories, everything. All in one," said the customer service executive, who chanced upon MDM Lay's home salon online 2 years ago. She now comes every 2 or 3 months to do her hair, and sometimes get the Aunt Agony treatment. "One time I came here, and she could read me. She asked me if I was having problems. I confessed to her and she gave me some advice, said MDM Salin. Right after that we became good friends. For MDM Lay, the nature of her home business means trade-offs, such as not having a pet dog and having to give up her weekends, typically her busiest time. During festive periods such as Christmas and Chinese New Year, the house, she said, doesn't resemble my home. But the greatest satisfaction of running a home salon is the flexibility to be able to contribute financially to the household, and still spend time with her kids. My children can see my hardship, they understand how hard you're working. If you were working outside, they don't see it, she said. But my children understand my tiredness. At times when my husband nags at me, they stand up for me. It is touching, hearing this.